Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. I am so glad that you're here on this beautiful Monday. If it's beautiful there, I don't know if it is, but it's nice here. I don't know, I recorded this yesterday, which is today now, Sunday. Weird, right? It's like this. Sorry. Anyway, I'm so glad you guys are here today with me, just chatting. We've got a couple of things to talk about before I move on to the rest of the week, just because I want to catch up on everything that's been going down. First, we're going to talk about a family vlogger that went live on TikTok and pranked their children about losing their baby brother as a prank to get a free cruise, and it was a prank / I don't know what it was. It was garbage, and it's just another cancellation that we got to talk about. It is disgusting. Brittany Jade is her name. We're also going to talk about Bramty real quick, about what she did recently and addressing the thing that she did super dangerously, and then her TikToks, and they're just laughing about it, and the benefit and negativity of surrounding it. When it comes to these types of people, they love the negativity. They love it. And imagine that's your parents. And then there's one Reddit I want to talk about that's been on my radar for a little while. And then there's a kid that lives in an RV family vlogging world and absolutely hates it, as would anybody. So let's go. If you're new here, guys, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you want to hit that like button, that'd be fantastic. Subscribe if you haven't, or don't. Whatever. But also, one way you can support this channel is by going to Ko-Fi Buy Me a Coffee if you like that. Or you can go to my Teespring store and get yourself a sweet piece of merch. It's amazing. Christmas is coming. You want something your husband to buy you? Send him that website and get something sweet. Swear pillows. We've got sweet sweaters. We got Chachi shirts. You got it. World's Okayest Mom. That's a good one. Everybody's the world's okayest mom. When I wear my world's okayest dad shirt, I get lots of laughs and chuckles, sensible chuckles. That's funny. Some guy was like, world's gayest dad. No, it's okayest. So yeah, that's one way you can support this, and head over to my Patreon or join here, and your name gets on the wheel o' spin for prizes. So lots of great things going on the Dad Challenge podcast. And again, thank you so much for spending time with me, laughing with me. Some people tell me that their day is not complete without watching me, and I'm sorry for you. Really am, but I'm glad that you do that. So with all that said, let's continue down this path of what the hell happened, right? I leave for a couple of days and shit hits the fan. I know this is 8 days old, this one here, but this is Juliet, or what's her name? So this is Brittany Jade, and I had to download it from a TikTok. Basically, Brittany Jade is your standard family vlogger that just exploits their children for cash. There's so many people like this, guys. It's almost innumerable. You can't count. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people that jumped onto this exploit my kids bandwagon, and they make lots of money. That's why they won't stop doing it. There are lots of people, though, who have chosen the path of taking their kids off their social media platforms and said, I am not doing this. It's always very interesting to find out the ones who know that their kids are being used in disgusting ways. And I'm actually looking to interview this girl who used to work for a sex crimes unit for the FBI or for the police, I'm not sure which one, who's trying to tell everybody that the men that she finds, and they go through their hard drives and stuff, it's not just CSAM that they're finding. It's these videos of these kids are downloading off YouTube. So it's very scary. And it's very interesting to find out which ones know that that's happening and will get their kids off, and ones who don't give a shit and just keep the kids on because they're they're not going to do about it. Right? It's really crazy. But this one struck a lot of people. This was almost like the Jordan Cheyenne thing where she was getting her kid to fake the thumbnail and it got leaked. And this one is they thought it would be funny, right? A lot of these people don't understand, right? They live outside of normal human interactions because they don't have any normal human interactions, right? They don't live normal lives. Anybody who's in their circle is likely another influencer or just family because they can't trust anybody. And so they just don't get it. They're just so tone deaf to their privilege and to everything else. And this, I honestly do believe this is a cancelable offense. So let's watch it.
Is this? What do you do behind closed doors?
All right, so just go along with what we have to say, okay?
We are entering to win your Royal Caribbean cruise for Levi and Cove's birthday.
So they're not faking the story for the cruise. A lot of people were in the headlines and stuff oh, fake this for the cruise. No, they're pranking these two boys. And the people are oh yeah, well, whew. No, that's worse, everybody. That's worse. You're going to lie to get a cruise from a cruise company? Whatever, okay? But you're pranking your young boys. That's what this is about. They're not getting a cruise. They're trying to. That's how the trick to the kids is. They're trying to trick their kids to say, "Hey, this gets us a cruise."
Next month.
And why we think we should be chosen to win is because when they've been through a lot.
And the dad just nod along. Look, I know a lot of these women are the matriarchs of their channels. They run the show mostly. The men are just like kids, are just accessories to the whole thing, right? They are. Like, they're an accessory, not accessory. Well, and accessories too, the dads are. So they're just as much to blame. And this guy just here, again, I would love to sit there and be like, hey, let's do this joke. So funny. Let's do it. And he's like, yeah, let's do it.
Haven't you, boys?
Ew. You pieces of shit.
When they were born, they had a triplet brother who they lost. And
look at them. The boys are like, what the And dad's like, oh. Again, this is what got everybody angry. It's not a joke. You don't joke about this shit. Sorry.
very sad.
They talk about him frequently.
Okay.
But they never got to meet him. So just, this would just be an opportunity.
Yeah.
Kid, they cut that. Dad, you guys are fucking liars, man. Stop lying.
They really miss their brother, and it has caused them great emotional stress throughout their childhood, grieving their triplet brother who they lost so sad in the womb.
I know.
It's like, we don't have a brother. Again, I know this is a joke, but those kids and the kids aren't in on the joke. That's the thing. So she's trying to fake it for the kids. And this isn't a joke you do, first of all, because the kids, they don't know. Second of all, do you know how many people lose children? Especially in the influencer world. And there's, I generally won't touch those who do it, but there are family vloggers out there who will literally, document their entire, there's one just happened, recently lost our baby, and they documented the whole thing. There is nothing untouchable to these people. There's nothing that is sacred, nothing. And when they're like, oh, we're bringing awareness. Okay. Bringing awareness to this topic about losing children isn't going to stop anybody from being able to lose children. Like, I understand bringing awareness to a disease that's very rare. We need to know about it so you can avoid it. Whatever, I get that. But these people who will stoop to no level, there's no level they will not stoop to get views and likes, that they will share these types of stories is crazy to me. And that's another thing though, but making fun of people who actually do, because the reason why her shit went private is because all these women were like, how dare you joke about this? How dare you take this tough subject for millions and millions of women this happens to every single day and make a damn joke about it for your social media clout, right? These people are so high on their own farts, they don't even realize how stupid they are. Thank God though.
The unfortunate part, because we lost him.
They're still in denial. They're still in denial because of how.
What are you talking about?
Your triplet.
Lawrence.
What is that?
Well, I'll edit that out, okay? But put your arms around each other.
Very interesting. I'll edit that. They know what that means. Isn't it crazy that these little kids know? I know what edit that out means, right? Do the thing right. I'll edit that out. Let's do it again. This is the world that family vlogger kids grow up in. I'll edit that out. That should be a cert. I'll edit that out. That's I know that's not really a joke and it's not really funny, but it sort of is. That these kids understand the words, I'll edit that out of the reality of what you do. Holy shit.
In loving memory of Lawrence, please, Royal Caribbean, bless these boys on their birthday. Right?
Did we miss you, Lawrence?
You do not ever say, I don't care how much of a joke you think it is, don't ever tell a child to say, I miss you, dead brother, that's not real. Don't ever do that. Don't you ever do it. Okay? And so that's got everybody up in arms. Obviously, this got everybody up in arms. So I went over to Reddit, and there's literally a Brittany Jade snark sub. Obviously. It's got almost 7,000. Look at the picture up here. 7,000 snarkers. 6.9 thousand. And they just post everything, and now her whole life is being exposed on the internet, and as it should. Because she did something disgusting. This is the thing about family vloggers and influencers. And I've said it right before this. They don't live in the right world. They don't live in the real world. right? Look at how much shit we have. Look at all the flexes we do. Look at our kids. Look how much better we are than everybody. Look at these shitty jokes. Oh, whoops, my racism from 10 years ago got out. My bad. You know, it's just, they don't understand. But this post was a winner right here. And it's by Deep Spite. And it says, these women are a classic case of girls who wished they were popular in high school. They are reliving their dreams on a child's app, getting validation from strangers and bots. It's confusing. They aren't even original or funny or helpful. They're just copies of each other. And then look at the photo. It is. They all wear the same shit. They all talk exactly the same way. They all have no colors in their house. They all exploit their children for cash. You can't separate it. You can't even argue at this point. Family vlogger, mommy vloggers, daddy vloggers, everybody who is on the internet for clout and fame is all about themselves. You can't argue it because look at the shit that they will share, okay, for likes and validation. And so what that means, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, and I'm not, is that they are terrible ass parents because they put themselves first no matter what. And that's the world that these kids grow up in.
Some of y'all forgot real fast that I don't believe in the institution of marriage. I did it for taxes. That's why we celebrate April 15th. Thank you and goodbye.
Ew. Nice. She's classy.
Oh. This is a
Yeah.
So they're fake married for taxes. I mean, IRS intensifies? Can you do that? You fake married for taxes and you put that on the internet, you idiot? Anyway, going down through. So what is keeping your TikTok private do to prevent people threatening you while still posting and commenting? Mama Jade, maybe you can answer for us. I've seen nothing but people holding her accountable. No threats, no bullying, especially at this page. Now, she likely does get threats in the back end because people get so upset about something, they send threats. And you should never do that because then it devalues everything else, right? She did something wrong, doesn't deserve death threats, obviously. It's a terrible joke, of course. But what she's trying to do now is mitigate this disaster that her whole 2.1 million subscribers and all the money she makes down the drain. When you get canceled like this to this degree, nobody's going to work with you ever again. So your whole glorious life that you built up for this easy way is gone. And thank God, because these benchmarks here where we're hitting these goalposts, every time we see one of these, that's a win against these people who exploit their children. So I can't see her apology because her account is private, so only her followers can see it, and that doesn't sit right or seem genuine to me. Trust me, I want to take my account off private. I almost did that day, but we got another death threat to our home. The police have advised us to keep all our socials private until they'll stop. She's not sorry. She's not genuine. I wish I had her apology. I wonder if someone put it on here. And I find it really, really odd, too. There's a whole bunch of TikTok mom influencers, too. They're like, she did nothing wrong. Don't bug her. You can't tell millions of people and news articles ever being calling her that she did nothing wrong. She absolutely did something wrong. And you might not think it's wrong, so that makes you a complete and utter douchebag as well. Right? Okay, awesome. So that's Brittany Jade. That's what's going on with her. We'll keep track of that, and if she releases her videos, we'll go snark on them because she deserves it, right? Okay, awesome. Brittany Jade, if you're watching this, and you probably are because you're super narcissistic and you have to watch everything that's about you, go suck an egg, you asshole. Thanks. And I talked quickly about how this is the world that these kids live in. And well, here's a perfect example of a kid who lives in that world. This is a very, very interesting post on Reddit. It's called Off My Chest. I'm a teen in a full-time RV living vlogging family, and I can't effing stand it. I'm going to leave out any identifying information as I'm a minor, so bear with me. It's crazy that this is where they have to go to truly get things off their chest. Isn't that scary? That they can't trust their parents. There's no bond with their parents, and if they talk to them, they will probably, their life would be worse. That's very telling. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate being homeschooled. I hate not being able to maintain a social life. I have online friends, but it's not exchangeable for a true social life. I hate having so little privacy. I hate having to pretend to be happy with this. I hate living in a sanctuary, not a home. Wow. We travel full time. I know, it sounds like a dream. I thought so too, but it's an effing nightmare. It's hard to enjoy anything with a camera over your shoulder at times. Numerous times we've stopped at places just for my mom to get out, take her little videos and family photos, and then right back in we go, on the road to the next stop. 90% of our time is spent in the actual RV. 90%, which is a living hell. Look, they're right. This person is right. I toured with a band. If you are in an enclosed area, a tight space with somebody for a very long period of time, it is not conducive to good relationship building. It's not. I don't care if you're a family or not. Okay? My bandmates and I loved each other. I loved those guys with all my heart. But when we toured for a long period of time, by the end of it, we were like, I'm going to cut your eyes out. I'm going to stab you with this pencil if you don't leave me alone. It's just not, again, anybody who's lived in an RV, especially with a family, like there's just, you can't do it. It's not right, is what I'm telling you. Kids need safe spaces, privacy, and everything else, especially teenagers, okay? And it sounds like they don't have any of that. I just want a private, normal life, but no. They had to ruin it with their crunchy way of parenting, lugging us around, I have siblings, everywhere they please. I don't think my parents care about my happiness as long as I look the part and smile for the camera. They couldn't give a less of an F of how I feel. They guilt trip, say if I don't help with my siblings or help with the videos that will be broke and it'll be my fault. Remember that line. It'll be broke and it'll be my fault. This kid is literally shouldering this family's burdens on their shoulders because the parents coerce and lie to their children to get them on camera. This happens, guys, and people are like, it's consent. It always happens. Every single one of these family vlogs either bribes or coerces their children in some way to guilt them into doing these videos. I can just even imagine the LeBrants. It's all fake, by the way. Not what I meant when I said I wanted to take up acting. I'm frustrated all the time, I'm tired all the time, and I'm bored all the time. Please stop supporting these channels. Yes, this is coming from a kid on the inside of one of these channels asking you people out there to stop consuming it. You hearing that? Everybody who consumes these channels, okay? And people like, Josh, you consume them. I don't give them the view, right? I always download it. But I'm calling, it's different from what I'm doing. I'm not fangirling over these people saying, go watch them. I'm telling you not to effing watch them. This kid is asking you to not watch them. The way this is perpetuated is by social media platforms getting paid, and so the parents do, and everybody watching it. And like Maya Knight and everybody else who's out there, like my posts on Maya Knight on my Facebook go viral. It's the only place I post the Maya Knight stuff because it goes massively viral. And there are thousands of comments. People are like, I have no idea what's wrong with this. You're what's wrong with this. That's what's wrong with this. If you continue to watch this shit, they'll continue to make money off of it. This kid is asking you to stop. The kid. Do you know what to listen to me? Maybe you don't like the way I deliver shit and all that kind of stuff, whatever. But a kid is asking you. If one of these kids on your favorite family vlog came forward, like let's take My Night for example, where kids finally get to talk, they finally become like and they come out with a public post like this, and they ask you to stop watching, would you? Stop buying into it. It's ruined my life and I can't say anything about it. The comments make me effing sick. I know it's inspiring a lot of families to consider the same. Shouldn't. The more this blows up, the more lives get crushed like mine. Exactly. I cannot plead with you enough. Update. Thank you so much for the support. I didn't expect this to get much attention, so I'm considering deleting it. I want to remain completely anonymous and I just wanted to vent. I really don't want to endanger my family or siblings with this. And isn't that crazy that this kid thinks by exposing their life, their truth, that they're endangering their family? Because that's what the parents told this kid. That's what the parents told him. You're endangering us. Why? By telling the truth? Maybe don't fucking do that stupid shit then anymore. How about that? And then top comment was, family vlogs need to be banned. I thought of it for years. The parents are exploiting their children by selling their privacy on camera without consent. It's just like child actors. The government had to step in and keep their parents taking all their earnings. How is vlogging different? Some of them go to such extremes and there's still nothing done, like the poor little boy H. The Stoffers made bank on that kid and then rehomed him when they got tired of him. It's mind-blowing that it's allowed to profit off your kids like that. Right, incredible. I just want to go down to the comments where this kid posted back, because OP, it'll have a little OP by their name and they'll respond back to some people. So this is the poster wrote. It said, for those of you saying just tell them or go live with a relative, I appreciate the sentiment, but I can't just tell them. I rely on them for everything. If I were to flat out say that I hate this life, it would just make it more miserable. My extended family would be absolutely no help either. They look at my parents like they hung the moon. No one is on my side here. My siblings don't understand it yet, and I just have to bite my tongue until I turn 18. But for those asking, yes, I do plan to speak up when it's safe for me. Please upvote this, and we have all upvoted this. We will upvote. Okay, and then it says, also, please stop guessing and asking for the channel name. I'm not giving it to you. I feel like I've already revealed too much here. And that's it. This kid wants to stay anonymous, so the kid gets to stay anonymous. Stop asking. And even if I knew the family, I wouldn't tell you because this kid asked me not to. This one writes, I'm so sorry you're experiencing this. I honestly cannot imagine. You've said you're a minor, but it may ask if adulthood is in your near future. I've never envied children on vlogging channels. I don't have much to say other than that I'm sorry and I wish I could make things better for you. The OP says, I won't say my exact age because I really don't want anyone to figure out how old I am, but I have at least 1.5 years to go, so quite some time. So I left a comment for OP as well, and I'm going to leave it here in case you are watching OP, that if you are in this family vlogging world, any kid, not just OP here, any kid that's in this world who's scared to speak up, who doesn't like it, who feels forced and endangered by this whole thing, by your privacy being exposed, by everything, okay? Here's what you can do. So family vlogger kids, if you guys know somebody in the family vlogging world and they have kids and they want to know something, tag this moment here. You can share this part of the video by timestamping it. When you hit share, there's a little button, click share at this timestamp. Share from this timestamp, okay? Vlogger kids, if you are in danger and you don't want to be in the world anymore and you're scared to speak up and you have no other options, here's what you can do, okay? First things first is to journal everything. Anytime your parent has coerced you or conned you or bribed you into being on a video without your consent at all, let's be real. A bribe and a coercion is not consent. That cannot be consensual. You journal that. You write the date and you write the subject and you tell what happened. You journal this in a safe place that they can't be accessed, okay? Probably journal it somewhere online, in an email or something to yourself that's private. Find a place that's private. If you journal in a book, it could be found, okay? But go ahead if you have to, all right? Second is to make sure that you have told your parents that you do not like this. Just make sure you say it. And if you can find yourself a way to record you doing that so that it's documented, awesome. You don't have to get crazy about it. You don't have to keep bugging them. You have to just say, look, I don't want to do this anymore, and then gauge the reaction and write it down or journal it, make sure that you document it, right? Also, third thing you can do is make sure that you go through every single family vlog that you are in. You document the time that you were in the video, and you document the view count in the video at its highest peak, right? Or, after a little while. Make sure you document every view that you have been in, because in the future you can sue your parents for what you are owed, because that money is owed to you because you were on the video. Okay, especially for these bigger channels and these kids making millions and millions and millions of dollars. These kids aren't seeing a penny. Make sure you document everything that you are a part of so that you can send them a bill afterwards. Okay, that's very important. Fourth, find a friend or somebody you can speak to of your own age, maybe possibly in the same field. Maybe you've met other family vloggers, and someone you can confide in that you trust that won't tell on you. Does that make sense? Find somebody you can trust. Not a stranger, please. Not a stranger. Find somebody that you trust. Family member, another friend that you're same age in the same walk of life, somebody who is possibly a teacher or someone that you absolutely trust that is a mandated reporter. You have got to find a way to be able to vent your frustrations and your feelings safely, because that's very important. Maybe ask your parents to let you go see a youth counselor because you just want to just be mentally right all the time. That youth counselor will be able to help you walk through these processes if you can get to it, okay? These are things that you need to do to protect your future, okay? Because when you're done, when you turn 18, YouTube has to delete that stuff off YouTube if you ask them to, just so you're aware. Any platform that you were on as a minor, when you turn 18, you can tell those platforms to remove those videos of you. So when you turn 18, you have the right to do that. And if you need help with that, you can always reach out to me. I will help you find a lawyer to do those things you want to do. That, or reach out to many of these, Mommy, Uncharted, all these people that cover these types of channels. You can reach out to us and we will find a way to help you, okay? Anonymously. Always. If you want to stay anonymous. And, fifth, make sure when you do document it, if you do want to come out later and your parents refuse to do anything about it, you have absolutely the right to call them out and whistleblow when you're done. Okay? And it sucks that you say that you rely on them for everything, because it's true, you should, but it shouldn't be contingent on you working in a vlog in order to get the things that you need, because you're unhappy, you are unsafe, your whole world is being out there for everybody to watch, and it's really, really scary for you. So I hope you guys take that stuff into consideration. If you're going to do one thing though, journal everything. Journal everything. Okay? In a court of law, that shit's going to be powerful. All right, cool. Thanks for watching. And I hope you guys are safe, and I hope you can find some help. So let's move on to Brampty. Brampty's a douche. She's so dumb. So this is what happened. This is a Spanish-speaking version of what happened. But full video of Latina influencer Brampty running to Bad Bunny on stage. Bad Bunny is a hip-hop artist. Brampty was doing a Sheen, whatever the hell they're called. Shein. Garbage clothes made of plastic and probably toxic chemicals. Okay, it's really telling about brands with what type of influencers you use, because most good influencers just are like, Shine, thanks, made of shit. It's like, no thanks. But obviously her and her friends, and so Shine did this whole thing, we're going to send you this concert and all this kind of stuff, and getting paid big bucks to do this. And then this is what she does. She probably gets completely hammered and does this. She runs up on stage because they're backstage partying with the Shine. She's got backstage passes. She runs out on stage while this guy is performing and grabs him. And she's like, and the security guard's like, F off. Like, she should have been like violently thrown off the edge of the stage, right? Imagine this is your wife. Lewis is probably like, oh my God. Actually, Lewis is probably like, yeah, we're getting more views. She's just such a douche. What is she saying? Like, and you know, good on Bad Bunny or whoever this guy is, just continuing on like a professional that he is. But that shit's dangerous. What if that person had a knife or a gun or whatever the case may be, right? That's happened. Like in Japan, one of the ex-prime ministers just got killed by someone running up on stage and killing him, right? There's artists that this has happened to many times. This is dangerous. And so she should have literally been booted out. I think she probably was. So I wanted to show you that because if you go to Brampty's site and there's a video of her, like, you're going to bring your influencer friends. And this is her looking, if this is Shine clothes, no thanks. No, thank you. It looks like it's literally going to like it disintegrate in water. So anyway, someone wrote, so this is it. So this person says, I wonder if she's going to address what she did. And then Lisa says, but if someone ran up on you and your family like that, what would you do? And then Brampty says, I'd party with them. Duh. She'd party with them. She says, please, you be crying. Okay, but Lewis help you up there. He's a real one. And someone says, the answer's not it, sis. Okay, so let's be real, Brampty. Someone runs up on you and your family in public and you're going to party with them? That's a great. Love it. Let's not forget Bad Bunny's an artist. Brampty has kids and they exploit their children online. So she's telling you, if you ran up on her in public, she'd party with you. She'd dance with you while you were stealing her kids. Right? She's such a disgusting piece of garbage. Brampty and Lewis are nasty. They're so nasty. And you shouldn't give them your time. You shouldn't give them your social media currency. And again, they just flex on it. So if you go to their videos, they just make fun of it. Please don't bring your crazy family. They're just laughing about it, right? When your wife goes chasing after other men, they think this is funny. Like, to them it is, because this is the world that you live in. When you do something super incredibly dangerous as an influencer, it doesn't matter. They'll just make more money off of it. This is the world that we live in. People like this are rewarded with more money and fame when they do stupid shit. And they do tons of stupid shit. They prank their children to the point of like their children are going to have major problems. They exploit their children. They're so freaking disgustingly self-centered and selfish that they're all about themselves. Like, Brampty's brother has been in jail like 10 times. Not 10, like 2 or 3 times, still in jail for the rest. And she tries to leverage her platform to like help him and all that kind of stuff. And it's a family full of disgustoids is what it is. That's what they are. You know, if Brampty didn't find social media, she'd probably be in jail too. Lewis is just an idiot, a moron who has just been taken advantage of his whole life. He's just a pushover and he's a loser. You're a loser, Lewis. You consider yourself a dad? These people who consider themselves parents, you guys, Lewis, you're not a good dad. You're a piece of shit. You are raising children in a world where you go to like YouTube street boxing fights, you go drinking during the day, you jump on stage and act dangerously. You raise your kids in that world? You should be ashamed of yourself. You're just garbage. Hot garbage too, like the stinking hot garbage. Like been out in like an alleyway for a little while in like New York City, and like all the garbage juice runs down the corner of one of the dumpsters, and when the dumpster guy picks it up, all that stuff runs out of the truck on the road. That's what it smells like. That's what you guys are. Nasty. Anyway, we'll be covering them obviously more in the future, but people kind of just done with them. They're just gross. They lie too. Nobody likes them. Can you tell I don't like them very much? Okay, good. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching here today. I'm so glad you've been with me. It's just been one of those days I had to catch up. So take a deep breath. It's nice. We did get rid of the orange cat, if people were wondering. We did. It's not mine to not adopt. My sister was adopting the cats out. So the cat got adopted. Tyson kept the gray one, the cute one, named it Luna. We have too many cats anyway. But I was sad to see him go. He was very cute. But I'm glad you guys are here with me today and enjoying your Monday with me and laughing and crying and being angry like we always should. Don't forget how amazing you are and how valuable and incredible you are, okay? People need you here. Don't you forget it. People need you here. I'll see you tomorrow.